Good morning. It's the latest that I have started this on day 3. It is 6 in the morning. 6! I stayed asleep until almost 6, which is very exciting for me. Um, for some reason, my 9-year-old was already awake. They seem like they're in good spirits. My kids just take after me way too much. Today, not only do I have Annie, but I have King, and Annie and King hate each other. And I'm not entirely sure why. I think Annie talks some shit. I really think Annie talks shit to him. Otherwise, they get along. King is one of my dogs. He's my big dog. Annie doesn't get along with anybody in the house, like any of the animals. She's basically just my cat. She'll hang out with my sibling, and if other people come into her territory, she'll hang out with them. But her territory is my office. So, I mean, not my office. Her territory is my desk space. I actually have another office space that isn't this one. My other office is kind of cool. It's a hidden room at the back of my house. I'll have to show you sometime. You can only get to it through the master bathroom, and there's no like windows on the front of the house or anything. So if you just walk through the house, there's really no indication that there's another bedroom back there. The last owners of the house took the door out because they wanted it to just be a closet. So they took the door out, and instead they put the another door through the master bathroom. So the master bathroom's kind of long, and you have to like go past the shower and around this little bit of a corner in order to I'm getting licked, in order to get to the office. And so I keep a treadmill in there, and I have a treadmill desk on it, and that's where I do a lot of my writing. But I don't feel like that's a good environment for filming video. When I'm walking along, I'm like, hey guys, it's Sara. It's day whatever, I'm on my treadmill. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Annie's my cat. But she doesn't get along with anybody else in the house. The furry kind. I talk about all the animals in the house like they're people. She's always fought with the other cats. The other dogs, she tolerates them at the best. And like, she's so sweet with us, but we figure that whatever she's saying in cat language, it must be like, hey, fuck out of here, you and your mom, kind of like, because nobody likes her and she doesn't like them. But I like her. She's so sweet. So, crazy thing happening here. North of where I live, kind of north and a bit west, I'm in northern Nevada, and let's see here. So let's say that this is Nevada. If Reno was over here, and that's about where I am, so California's right here. We're right on the other side of the border. It takes like less than an hour to get to the California side of things from where we are. And so on that border above town, massive wildfire, huge. And when we in Nevada say that there's a massive wildfire, we generally mean it, because we have already had at least 6 or so wildfires that have been big enough to get smoke all over our house the last couple months. This one is like way more dramatic. We apparently had 4, possibly 5, but like 4 traceable from like weather stuff, fire tornadoes. One of the fire tornadoes lasted for, I think they were saying it was over an hour, and it traveled like 4 miles. And so, pretty big wildfire, and all of our fire resources out there are committed right now. Which leads me to one of the big things on my mind right now. which is that today was supposed to be the first day of school for my 9-year-old. We decided to do distance learning because we are not going to risk getting some like super flu in our house. Like, I know it's not even like the flu. It's way more dangerous. My health is garbage. If I get that shit, I'm just dropping dead. Like I don't stand a chance. So we're not taking any chances. But they were going to start distance learning today. And we have some like really, really generous family members who are going to help our kids during distance learning, because my husband has ADD and I have depression and we're giant messes, and we both have full-time jobs. So with the distance learning at the end of last school year, we were not very helpful because neither of us can commit that much time to like helping our kid understand the material and stuff. So I was sort of excited about today, not just because it's their first day going over to family's house to work on distance learning, but because it meant that for the first time in it's August, we started quarantining back in March. It's been 5 months since the adults in the house were alone, like since we were with each other. But thanks to fire tornadoes, they have canceled school today. They canceled it for everybody. They canceled in-person school. They canceled distance learning. They just told all the teachers to take another day prepping. We found out at like 8 o'clock last night. We were already so set up for school and so ready to get going today. But fire tornadoes, it's not geographically near enough to present a threat besides respiratory. Like the smoke yesterday, it was awful. But we got a little bit of rain, and so the air is a bit clearer this morning. So it's not too much of an imminent risk to us or anything. But what they're saying is that since all the firefighters are committed and they're all working on this fire tornado fire. How badass is that? Fire tornadoes? Like, what the fuck? Fire tornadoes. 2020, man. If there were a fire at one of the schools, the firefighters wouldn't be able to respond, and then naturally what happens from there is all the children just burn up into ashes because I don't know, I can't even make a joke about it. We're pretty skeptical of that claim though, because that's not a decision they've made in the past, and they're also citing air quality as a reason that they're delaying school another day. And I guess they have new air systems that circulate air directly from outside into the classrooms in order to improve the airflow, and therefore reduce the spread of coronavirus. So I guess it all kind of checks out. But like, this is not our first fire season. This is not like this isn't something that we've canceled school for before. And the whole school debate, I can't go into it in too much depth because it just stresses me the fuck out. Like, I'm so stressed. There's just so much fighting about it. And I'm sure it's not just here. I'm sure if you're in America, you're probably having the same fight wherever you are. But teachers and students shouldn't be going back into schools because of coronavirus. And the teachers here know it, and they've been striking, and they've been protesting, and they've been trying to, I guess it's not a strike. They've just been protesting and doing demonstrations and stuff. And our school district it's not helping the teachers very much. And I think it's pretty well known that kids shouldn't be in school when the pandemic is so not remotely controlled in our area and in the United States. But their hands are tied in a way because there have been threats of retracting federal funding if we don't open schools. And then, like, there's a bunch of whiny babies out there who are like, meh, teachers don't want to teach themselves to death and they should quit their jobs. Meh. Like, it's this big political thing. So, can they say, well, we're delaying school one more day to figure out what the hell we're going to do because already several teachers around the district have tested positive for coronavirus, several, and the school year hasn't started. The kids aren't in the schools. So can they say our teachers are sick and we need to figure out what the heck we're going to do? We don't have as many teachers as we should. Would they say that? Like, I don't think so, because nobody's going to, I mean, not nobody, but the most annoying people aren't going to believe them. So, all things considered, the school district is in a bad place, parents are in a bad place, teachers are in a bad place, everybody is in a bad place, and that bad place is called 2020. So, no school today after all. That's one more day. I mean, at this point, 5 months of unrelenting children time. You know, I already wanted them home, and I feel like I have really struggled with school with the kids and stuff, and in a way I'm like, God, I wish they didn't have to go to school. And then there's like the monkey's paw. It's like, you made your wish, fire tornadoes. You know, curling the monkey paw. So that's what's going on here today, for better or for worse. And I'm going to have to cut this video off here because since I started this video so late in the day, one of my kids is already awake and I've got to go hang out with them. I mean, I want to go hang out with them. Even after 5 months, I still like my children. I'm just an exhausted introvert. So I'm going to end it here and I'll let you guys know tomorrow how everything's gone with our fire tornadoes and plague-riddled schools. I would be interested in hearing how schools are handling things in your area. Is anybody handling this better than us? I really hope somebody is handling this better than us. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for my next daily update. 3 days in a row. Woo!